Hello, welcome back to another van video. Going to be fitting the units today and the bed and that. So I'll walk you through what I've done. I've just marked up with masking tape where everything's going to go. So I'll show you so you get an idea. So this is the current situation of the van. I've done a load of marking out. It's a bit confusing at the minute, but you'll get it in a minute. So this here is going to be a unit. So we'll have like plug sockets and what have you on there, and it's just going to have a small worktop. All this is going to be the bed essentially. What we're going to do is have these as a bench, which will be like chest tops that will come up, and then from there to here will fold. So that's the end of the bed, which will do that, make the front, and then all that will fold in to this square here. And then this box is going to be like a pull-out drawer, and it'll have a false top on it so we can use it as a cooking area. That's a toolbox. It's got all the van bits in, so that's going to stay in the unit. I'm just going to build around it, sort of thing. So I think I'm going to start with the bench instead, actually, because they're the longest pieces of wood. So from the edge to here will be the bench, and it'll probably come up, I don't know, say halfway. It's quite a big seat because that's going to make up some of the bed as well when it folds out. And basically, obviously they're going to have pillows on. This is going to have a big pillow on permanently, so all that and that stays. And then these bits are your fold out bits, so that will need pillows, which the backs of them will fit in, and then we'll have an extra one that will be floating around that we can just put along the back door or something if we're not using them. And then all that will be filled then and should be nice and tight so it doesn't move. Right, this is where I'm up to. So that's going to be the bench. These are all removable. Just drag them out or put some L brackets in, probably like 4, and then if we want to ever get them out, they can come out. And then that's the other unit. They're going to have a worktop on there. Right, so these put L brackets on them. They'll be coming back out shortly because I've got some more floor changing this black stuff. I got it a bit sooner than I thought, so it's a bonus. So these will be coming back out, but nearly there. Quite a bit of storage all set up for the battery here and what have you. These are pretty solid, and they're lightweight as well. I went for 2x2 instead of 3x2. So the next step, I could do with getting sides on this before I put the bed in. So I've got quite a fair few of these tongue and groove panels, which I'm going to cut down to size, put them on there and all the way along here, and then the bed can go up to that, both sides, what have you. And I'm also going to put a shelf in here. So got the first lot cut, just a couple of pins and loads of glue holding them on, and the bed's going to go up to here anyway, so up to there you won't see, but that looks good. Not sure what we're doing with them paint wise. We'll just figure that out at a later date, but to be fair, that doesn't look too bad. So same again all the way along here. I know you won't see them, but it stops stuff going into the drawer area and blocking the drawer from coming out. So loads of them down there to match. Right, so we've got a shelf in. Gonna have some sort of back on this and a door on the other side, hopefully. Them panels are on. These panels are now on. Coming along. I'm actually on day 2 of fitting the van out. It's not the next day. I was just a bit busy. So I'm back on it now. Just getting the bed frame in, the first bit, so that I can make the pull out, and then I can start putting stuff in places really. I've acquired a diesel heater. Ignore my face, I've just realised I'm dirty. I'm filthy from work. Yeah, I've acquired a diesel heater. It was actually just on the side of the road. One of my work colleagues picked it up, so we got that working. It's not got a power lead, but we can hook it up straight to the battery, and it's like the perfect size as well. Whilst I was away, found a 12-volt TV, so that can go in. Someone was giving it away, so we went over and picked it up, and Alex has picked one up as well. So it's a bonus, I suppose, more free stuff. Can always upgrade in the future if anything's not so good, but for now, for free, can't complain about anything. So this is the frame. It's going to have slats on there, and then the other one I think I've already said we'll pull out. Ignore the stuff. There's the diesel heater that we've got, the tank which fits perfectly there, which is mint. The battery's in. Also, we've put the split charge on. I switched it round because it was the wrong way around. Alex helped me wire it all up for me. So that's in, and that's actually working now. Coming along. I'm gonna get the other frame in after this, and then I'll get some wood then for the slats. Then the drawer can wait. I'll just finish these up. I think that one not too bothered because the diesel heater, the tank can go there, but I might have just bored it so that I've got something to fix to. And then eventually then just get the tops on. Should be soon. I already have them. I just got to fit them and make this unit. I might try and get that done as soon as possible as well, but we're getting there. So what we're trying to do here is just work out how these slats are going to go in. So we want the end ones that go along here to be on the extended bit, so that the bed stays square and it doesn't do that. So just working out the spaces and giving it a little bit of space in between each one. And then, yeah, just use this as a little bit of a spacer for each one. So these ones are staying. They'd be there fixed down. And then imagine this on the pull out bit, and that'll essentially do that on each one of these, each side. So the bed stays square and comes to the end of that as well. So each one of these are fixed down now. I've just used another length, so they've got plenty of room on each one to slide. So what I'm going to do is get the front piece that goes on there, cut them a little bit longer so that they sit from on this one to there, and then I'm going to put a piece underneath of them all so that they all slide together and stay connected, sort of thing. So just realised I've made a slight error, but it's not anything to worry about. 1 second, just getting the tape measure ready. So it's going to sit halfway on there and flush with this piece. So that's roughly where it's going to sit. But when it pulls out, because I don't want that area to be any bigger than it already is, because the cushion will fit nicely on there, and then the backs will fit into this bit. That was how I was working it out. So from there, Jesus Christ, it then comes to 780 there. So 50-ish mil shorter than where I was planning on it to end. So it's supposed to end here flush, but it's going to end 50 mil shorter. But the pillows that'll go on the back and that are coming into this bit are going to be the right size anyway, so they'll just overhang the actual bed 50 mil. And this is the feet end anyway, so it's not really going to matter. It'll bug me a bit, them not pulling out perfectly flush to where I wanted it, but the pillows will hide it anyway, and yeah. But positive side, it does leave us some more room for a door. For this cupboard that's going here is a right mess at the minute. So that's the update. Made a slight mistake, but not to worry. I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these individual ones now, get it working, and then I'll show you, walk you through it. So this is the piece that's gonna go underneath. Now there's a bit of play so that it moves and doesn't get stuck. So that's gonna go under there like that. They're gonna get screwed down in a way. Just need to cut it down in width like that. And then it'll pull out. Next job on the list, I'm going to put these on, and then I need to go get another piece of wood to finish these off. This bit's going to sit in between here and the top of this, and then there's one more that needs to go on, and then once that's in, that's pretty much the bed done. Just need the pillows and then worktops I'm going to do. It's not pretty, but you won't see it because it's having cushions on. I've had to leave a gap behind there because these are nice and square, but the van does that. But on the other hand, which one is it? That one. Okay, so I've got this back on basically. I've kept the screws kind of hidden but accessible if we need to ever get to the lights or anything like that, so it can just come off instead of taking the whole unit out, but the whole unit could just come out as well. Done the same here. I've put a few more screws in because it'll be holding the weight of that. I know it's not heavy, but just for safe measure. And all this is going to get filled and sanded and painted anyway. But so this is my diesel heater fuel tank, and I've just put 2 L brackets on so it sits in there and on there like so. Can't really see that. There you go. So that's nice and level. Well, level with the van, should I say. So then what I was thinking is I have this joist hanger from work. If I bend that there, hang on, where it already is bent luckily, kind of like that, I can then put that in there somewhere, cut it down a bit so that it fits perfectly in there, and then that'll hold it together. It's not pretty, but I'll spray these black, and it should be good enough for now for what I need it for. So that's the idea. And then the hose is going to run behind to the diesel heater, which is in the second unit at the moment in time anyway. But that's the idea. So I'll just cut that off the joist hanger if you've ever seen one. They usually look like this. So they're durable, they're strong, but they're also flexible enough so that I can get where I want it. So I'll get it to where I need it, spray it, and then should hopefully be able to tack it, well, screw it into here, because it'll slide behind there nicely. I'll get a few screws in there where I need them. Might need to just drill another hole. But yeah. So after playing around a bit, that's what I've come up with. Ignore it for now because it's not fixed and it ain't pretty or what have you. But that's, well, yeah, it's not even fixed and that's tight. So I'm going to get a few tacks in there. I've bent that round the corner so it pushes it that way, and then bent this one so that it pushes it that way. That's essentially it. Like, without any screws in, that's still quite tight anyway, so get a couple in there, that'll tighten all that up, and then should be good to go. At some point I'll probably make a little box for it, but I just want to get it working and then I can build around it, take this off or what have you. And then eventually I might just build a box around it so that you can't see it. But the reason why I'm having it here is because when I'm filling up, I can just come round with the hose and top it up lower than the cushions so that you don't get it on the cushions, what have you. So I thought, but same with everything. It could all change at some point, but for now this is what I'm going with. So get a few tacks in there, spray it up, make it look nice, get rid of all the sharp edges. Might wrap the bits in here with like tape or something, and same on the L brackets, just if there's any vibration it doesn't end up wearing through. But essentially that's what's going on. And then the hose will run round to the diesel heater where the vent's going to come out here. The battery's in here, so it can just run from there to there, nice and easy. And that's it. So as for that video, I'm going to end it there. It'll be part 1 of 2. I'll carry on in the future at some time, so stay tuned. I can't fit it in with work and going out and what have you. It's just one of them. It's a slow process, but we'll get there eventually. So if you're liking it, stay subscribed. If you're new here, subscribe. The next video is going to be really good. We had one hell of a time. So I advise watching that. And saying that, big credits to Alex, because we filmed it all on his phone and he's nice enough to send them over. So please stay tuned. It'll be one hell of a video. We took the van on a really good adventure. And yeah, it was just good fun. So subscribe, like the video, stay tuned for the next, and we'll see you then.